Hello, football fans, and welcome to the first round of the 6A regional playoffs as Franklin County has brought their 6-4 record all the way out to the easternmost part of the state as they'll be taking on the 7-3 Landstown Eagles, and this game has been moved to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, a beautiful facility. You're going to be seeing it a little bit later. Great night for football. A little bit cold. Got Mike Dole with me. A little bit cold, a little bit rainy, but you wouldn't ask for anything better on playoff football.
No, this time of year, you don't know what you're going to get when you come. And, Franklin County's had a pretty long trip. Most of the way was probably fairly clear and just got raining just a few miles off coast. And I think they had a pretty good day to travel.
Absolutely. First looking at this team from Franklin County, finishing up the regular season 6-4, a big win on senior night against William Byrd. Had two hiccups early in the season, lost a close one to Salem, let the one with EC Glass get out of hand, then two in the Blue Ridge District. A little bit of unforeseen circumstances, new personnel against Northside, dropped that one, and then the game against Lord Botetourt dropping that one. But picked up 6 big wins on the season, but unfortunately with this new region, that means they had to come on the road here today.
Yeah, and could have just one game here or there could have been a home game, and boy, that would have been nice, but that's all behind us right now. You got to play with the cards you dealt. And tonight, the Eagles were dealt early a good defensive team, and they know they can build on that stalwart defense and been really good all year long. Had a good 2 or 3 games at offense and was able to put together a good balanced offense, running and throwing. A little bit of injuries hurt them a little bit during the middle of the season, and now I think they've got several back that was injured. So that'll be a good point for the Eagles tonight. And one thing they have been doing the last few games, and I think the coach has probably been working on that during practice, is their mental mistakes. Had several of lack of concentration on with their offense and getting some penalties that really have set them back. And I think if they can concentrate tonight, it'll be a bigger, better ball game because they got to step it up when they come to this kind of competition.
Absolutely. Big competition here in Region 6A. Also going on the road in the playoffs have not been kind to the Eagles. Wins have been few and far between after making that long bus ride.
Oh, yeah, it's really tough. You can say what you want to. It doesn't bother you. But I think it does. It's just hard to drive 6-7 hours or whatever it ends up being on a bus and get here and get off the bus ready to play. And we've seen it so many times in playoffs. It takes a quarter or longer to get familiar, get your ground built up under you, and get to actually playing football. And we've seen that come up to bite us before. We can't let that happen tonight. We got to hit the field ready to play.
You know, we've talked about it all season long. Franklin County moving to the Blue Ridge District, getting a little bit better competition as we head into this playoffs. But you flip it over and you look at Landstown playing in that Beach District, a tough week in and week out, playing almost a full district schedule throughout the whole season, playing some of the top teams not only in the state, but some of the top teams here in Region 6A. So they're going to be prepared to come in to take on this Eagle team.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to be prepared. And you're talking about teams like Ocean Lakes and Oscar Smith, Thomas Dale again this year, tough, really good region, and really are fortunate to be playing in such a tough region as this. And we'll see what they can come out and do tonight. Everybody I know is pulling for the Eagles, and we know the Eagles are going to win tonight, right?
Absolutely, because both of these teams being the Eagles with Franklin County and Landstown, so we'll try to keep that straight throughout the night. But all intensive purposes, looking like the state champion could be coming out of this region that Franklin County has found themselves in. A lot of great competition, but the Eagles, whether it be Franklin County or Landstown, have a lot to play for here tonight. If you win, you're going to continue on and have a shot next week at the number 1 seed or the number 8 seed. And if you lose, your season will come to an end. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to try to grab a quick word with Franklin County Eagle head coach J.R. Edwards right here on Eagle Pregame.
cool there. That's what we've been hunting for weeks.
I love it.
Are you pre-approved with a bank?
Absolutely. I watch your show on Cable 12, Tuesdays at 8:30.
Well, let's move in. As time rolls on, perhaps your children are leaving home, resulting in a change in your real estate needs. I'll be happy to help you hunt for something different.
Back now to continue the Eagle pregame here. First round of the playoffs, joined by Franklin County Eagle head coach J.R. Edwards. Coach, we were walking over, long bus ride from Franklin County to get out here to the eastern part of the state.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a trip. You know, we had a kind of a relaxing day to do it, and was good sleeping weather.
You know, we talked about preparation all season long, playing in the Blue Ridge District, getting ready for this. You know, looking at this Landstown team, what makes them different than maybe teams we faced this year?
Well, you know, I mean, football's football, but their speed. You know, their speed. You're not going to see a bunch of kids that are too heavy up front. You're not going to see a bunch of kids that are average in speed. They're all good speed. And, you know, it's just the speed of the game that we got to try to adjust to here in the first quarter, and then, you know, see if we can kind of turn it into some of the football we like to play.
You know, over the last couple of weeks we've been talking in our pregame, and it's been a lot about minimizing those turnovers, minimizing those big plays, and working on those penalties. So, you know, what's your team going to do about that tonight, hopefully?
Yeah, well, I hope they eliminate them. That's what I hope. You know, we want to cut down our own mistakes. You know, a night like this, it's going to get sloppy, and, you know, turnovers are going to definitely be something that, you know, the team that wins that statistic, there's a good chance will come up big on the scoreboard, you know.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking time with us, and good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Stay dry.
Absolutely. Once again, that's Franklin County Eagle head coach J.R. Edwards, and we're going to be back to continue Eagle pregame right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
All right, thanks.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Shh, sorry. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Willard Insurance Agency. Visit willardinsurance.org.
Erie Insurance.
And again, welcome Eagle fans to the opening round of the 6A playoffs. Here in Region 6A is your Franklin County Eagles, as you see the captains making their way across to midfield for tonight's opening coin toss. Interesting setup here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. As you can see across the way, no visitor stands on the far side. All the fans are here on the near side. Not even sure how many people are here, Mike, because we're well above here on the second deck. We can't see the lower deck, but we know a lot of folks from Franklin County have made the trip. There you see the captains tonight for the Eagles. You see Jacob Stockton there on your left, number 8, number 22, Brian Cromwell, number 2, Tyshawn Ziegler, and big number 67, that's Will Harrison for the Eagles. You flip it over and you look at the captains on the near side for Landstown. You've got big number 55. That's the form of Denzel Lowry. Number 44, Jonathan Blevins. Number 5, Emmanuel Eidelberg. And number 3, a gentleman that you're going to hear his name a lot tonight, in Laquan Haskett. Our blind guys are meeting at midfield as we get ready to wait for that all-important coin toss. And also our first opportunity to welcome the folks in our stream for joining us here all the way back in Franklin County. Thank you for joining us. Eagles making their way onto the field for Franklin County, and also the Landstown Eagles making their way onto the field, followed behind that American flag. And Mike, Franklin County typically likes to put that defense on the field if they're given the opportunity. If you're given the opportunity tonight, what are you doing if you win this coin toss?
I'm putting that defense on the field. When it ain't broke, you don't want to go to fixing it. And this defense, Franklin County, has been there all year long, showed up at first game of the season, and have been there while sometimes the offensive has gone up and down during the games. But they want that defense on the field if they can possibly get it.
Absolutely, and again, we're waiting for the opening coin toss. We want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors of Eagle football on Cable 12, especially those that have continued on here into the playoffs, and one of those that have been with us all season long is Budget Blinds, a style for every season, a style for every point of view, and they're going to be bringing you our good calls, bad calls, and no calls all night long, and this is one of the more important ones, as it looks like Landstown. Nope. No, we're going to wait for the official call. Looks like Franklin County may have won that opening coin toss. Lots of discussion here as we wait for the official call. They were talking with Will Hairston.
I think there's some introductions going on there. You know, Kevin, doesn't, from our picture there, doesn't look like it's raining so hard, but it is pouring down here.
Yeah, Landstown has won the opening coin toss. They have deferred to the second half, so Franklin County will be receiving the football there to the right side of your screen. Both of these teams fired up, and Mike, as you were saying, the rain definitely not being shown on our picture here, but continuing to fall in Virginia Beach. It's a cold rain, wind starting to pick up as well. There you can see it in the lights.
Well, we'll see whether this that has any effect on that offense pretty quickly here. We'll see if this Landstown team kicks off deep to this Eagle team of Franklin County. Tonight we'll have to separate those. I'll be saying Eagles a lot because we got both Eagles. And we'll see if they kick off to the speedsters back there deep for the Franklin County Eagles.
Absolutely. Both of these two teams, Mike, we talked about this on the long drive up from Rocky Mount. Both of them have had opportunities for dynamic returns in the kicking game. We saw several returned by the Eagles of Franklin County this year, but also several returned by Landstown. And again, you can see those Landstown Eagles fired up and ready to go. We'll see if Franklin County can shake off that 5-hour bus ride and get things going here early. A lot of guys up near midfield for the Eagles.
Yeah, they're expecting a short kick here. Belcher is deep for the Eagles.
Gonna run a player on late here for Landstown. Tell you, this rain, this cold night has the officials, looks like it's got all the players looking to get things going here as Landstown has it teed up as we get ready to kick off playoff football here in Region 6A. And it's going to be a low line drive kick, going to be fielded at the 26.
That's Belcher.
That's going to be Belcher. Looks to come across the far side, and he's going to be wrapped up. Looks like he's going to get out to the 34-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will start this first drive.
Markel Davila making the first stop for the Landstown Eagles. There you see them on their home side there.
We get our first look at this Franklin County offense here tonight. This has been a point of contention for the Eagles over the last couple of games. This first drive, getting things going. They're going to start with two receivers set to the top of the formation. There you see junior quarterback Josh Luckett bringing his offense set. And a backfield that we're familiar with from a week ago, J-Ron Smith at fullback. And it's going to be offsides on Landstown. They're going to get the early jump. And they're going to give Franklin County a easy 5 yards to start this one.
Something that they definitely need coming out of the box. It has worked against the Eagles in the last several games, and that one turned out for them.
That's going to be Jalen Lee dotting the I for the Eagles. Chase Austin comes into motion. Lee, last man through, is going to get the football, and he's going to work his way across the 40. So good push there by the offensive line for Franklin County on first down. It's going to bring up second down and manageable, and especially after that penalty, Mike, we've talked about Franklin County needing to get into manageable downs and distances early in this game.
Yeah, Denzel Lowry making the stop there. Good defensive play with that defensive line.
Going to have a receiver set to the top of the formation. Lone receiver set to the near side on an island. Parker Scott comes across the formation. First man through, J-Ron Smith's going to get the football, stays on his feet, rolls across the 45. That's going to be enough for a Franklin County first down, and that's a dynamic change you get up there with J-Ron Smith at that fullback spot.
You sure do, and Smith hard to bring down. Lowry just hanging on for dear life to keep that to just a first down. Could have been, if he hadn't hung on, it would have been much more for the Eagles.
So it will be first down and 10 upcoming here for Franklin County. Ball moved out to their own 46-yard line. They're going to keep a receiver split out to the near side. That's Garman. Lone receiver set to the top of the formation. That's going to be Ziegler coming across. Handoff to Lee. Again, huge hole across that right side. You see the Eagles fired up. And that offensive line is blowing Landstown off of this ball early.
They sure are, and they come off of the bus ready to play ball today.
See it here on the Bob Parcell replay. Big push across that right side. They're bringing the player across the formation, looking to clear out that linebacker. But again, this offensive line doing the work up front, and Jalen Lee, J-Ron Smith have been doing the work. And here you're going to see that flip-flop once again. J-Ron Smith going to move back to tailback. Lee's going to move up to fullback. Belcher comes across the formation here. Smith going to get the football, waits for that hole to open up, bounces across the outside, stays on his feet, sheds a blocker. He's across the 30, 25, big stiff arm inside the 20, and mark that down all the way at the 18-yard line. And that's the run we've been looking for out of J-Ron Smith since coming back onto the scene.
Yeah, that's the old J-Ron Smith we saw earlier in the season, and if it hadn't have been for Alexander there, he would have been across the a little bit farther down anyway, at least past the 10-yard line.
You saw Jalen Lee there out of his fullback spot. He absorbed a big hit from the player from Landstown, but that allowed J-Ron Smith to really spring forward, shed a couple of tackles, and Franklin County has now moved their way inside of the Kiefer Building Services red zone. And remember, if you need a new deck, home improvement, electrical work, maybe you're looking to improve that electrical service in your home, be sure to call Kiefer Building Services 540-420-0717 or visit them on the web at kieferbuildingservices.com. Mike, as you look at that play, not much doing across the right side, but still picking up a couple of yards down to the 16. That shows you just how much push that offensive line for the Eagles is getting.
You're right. They're coming off of that ball quick and strong, opening up those holes. That one was just a little bit smaller.
So it'll be second down upcoming here for the Eagles. Second down and 8. So we said the ball moved down inside the 20. All the way down to the 17. Going to have a receiver split out each side. Smith will stay at tailback, Lee at fullback. Chase Austin comes into motion. Toss sweep coming to the far side. Smith waiting for those blocks to set up. Going to have 2 flags fly in. Smith has enough for the first down. But we'll wait for the call from the blind guys here, holding territory for the Franklin County Eagles, it looks like.
You're right. That's most of the time a hold. And here you see Smith going outside and had a good opening out there, just start trying to turn it up a little too quick, and there was a little bit of a hole from an Eagle.
See 2 flags dropped on the play. Nonetheless, going to back up Franklin County behind the chains. Tough break there. They had marched inside the Kiefer Building Services red zone. This will push the ball outside of that all the way back to, it looks like, the 27-yard line. And again, folks, you're going to have to excuse us through some parts of the night, especially when you get into this part of the field, as you can see there on your screen. Tough to see those down and distance markers. Eagles will line up 2 receivers to the top of the formation. They will stay out of the eye as they've done throughout the entirety of this first drive. Man will come into motion. Smith's going to get the handoff. Takes a big hit. Nothing doing there. Big number 55, Denzel Lowry, stands him up at the line. Has a little bit to say to him afterwards. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and long here for Franklin County.
Yeah, that defense filling that hole well. Here you see the hole opens up. Nice block there by number 75, Owen Donald, to open it up. But as you said, Lowry closing that one up quickly.
Again, great shot there on our Bob Parcell replay. As we said, brings up big 3rd down and 16 for Franklin County. Ball outside of the Kiefer Building Services red zone at the 26. Going to be a receiver split out to each side. Franklin County has remained with the ground game for this first drive. Luckett's first pass attempt. He's going to fire this to the back of the end zone.
Garmin.
No doubt about that one. Easy pitch and catch. And that's going to be a 26-yard touchdown from Josh Luckett to Garrett Garman. Lost in translation, back of the end zone. Sunday walk for Mr. Garman, and the Eagles will strike first.
Yeah, you see Garman wide open over in the corner, had plenty of time. Just great pitch there by Luckett to hit him. And he was so open, sometimes you throw those away, and did a great job getting it to him.
Chandler Holly on to attempt the extra point. Jack Conley to hold. Snap is good. Hold is good. Gets down a little bit late, but the kick will be good. And with 7:06 left to play here in the first quarter, Franklin County capitalizes on getting the opening kickoff, and they lead on the Franklin Finance scoreboard 7-0. And we're going to be right back with more Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural, family-owned Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane is here for all of your heating and appliance needs. Come check out our new state-of-the-art showroom, showcasing a full line of propane appliances, including gas heaters and logs. All propane tanks and gas installations are performed by employees trained and certified through the National Propane Gas Association. Don't let winter catch you by surprise this year. Give us a call today at 483-7726 or visit us on the web at redwoodfuel.com.
I'm Dean Stone, manager at Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane, and we invite you to come see what we have to offer in our new showroom.
Franklin County will capitalize on getting the football first here tonight. Drive the field, overcome a couple of penalties, continue to move the ball, and capitalize. 26-yard touchdown pass from Josh Luckett to Garrett Garman. They lead 7-0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. And Landstown will cover up the squib kick there by the Eagles. And we'll get a first look at this Landstown Eagle offense. They'll have the ball first down and 10 from the 34. Wise decision here by Franklin County. Don't want to give up the big return, especially after taking the lead here early.
That's right. Haskett back there is really dangerous, and they know not to kick it back there because of that speed. Just a good job. Not a bad field position here.
In our first look at this Landstown Eagle offense, lots of athletes on the field. Your first look at quarterback there. Coming under center, lone back in the backfield, going to get the handoff. Good change of direction there, but Franklin County's defense will sniff that one out, and that's going to be number one there, Jalen Parham in on the carry. Chrisman in on the tackle for the Eagles.
Chrisman really filling that hole. Everything started out to the right, change of direction, and Chrisman comes up and closes that hole on the outside, does a great job.
3-yard gain on the play there by Parham. They're going to back up into the shotgun. 2 receivers set to the near side, lone receiver set to the top. Ball's going to be thrown downfield. Good pass, overthrown, but great coverage there by Holland deep for the Eagles. Haskett came open for a split second, had an opportunity on that one, but it was just overthrown by quarterback Chris Price.
Yeah, Holland doing a great job. Step with that Haskett. I can't think of that name sometimes. Doing a great job staying up with him, as speedy as he is.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for Landstown. They'll go back into the single back formation. It's going to be a delayed handoff coming to the top of the formation. Lots of real estate, shifty move there. That's going to be number 25, Elijah Douglas. Football's going to be on the ground. Eagles look to have recovered it, but they're going to say he was down.
And I think that's probably a good call. We'll see it here on the replay, but I think the knee was already down before the ball slipped out.
We'll see where they place the football. Again, there you see knee down, football comes out late. Good call there by the blind guys. And Landstown will be moved into Franklin County territory early in this drive. They'll quickly substitute players off here. Going to run 2 receivers to the top of the formation, 1 lone receiver to the near side, single back set. Price barking out the orders. Handoff coming across the far side, missed tackle in the backfield by the Eagles. And a big gainer here on first down by Jalen Parham, 5'10", 185-pound senior, making an Eagle miss in the backfield.
Yeah, and William Harrison finally bringing him down about 3 yards down the field.
So good gainer there on first down, brings up 2nd down and 3 for Landstown. They will run one receiver to the near side, 2 tight ends set. They'll go back to the ground game. Parham around the near side, catches that corner. He's going to be drug out of bounds there by number 2, Tyshawn Ziegler. But it will be enough for another Landstown first down on this drive.
Ziegler getting out there quick before Parham could make the turn around the corner. It's a good thing. There you see maybe in a block in the back there. Was no call.
It's a good seal block on the outside there to spring Parham. Again, late substitutions here by Landstown. Receivers split out to each side. Handoff once again to Parham. Patiently waits for that hole to open up, but he's not going to get away from the big mitts there. Right up the middle.
Elijah Witcher.
Is Elijah Witcher going to make that stop? Big chunks of yardage, though, just like we saw on the Franklin County drive, Mike. Big yardage on each play. Both of these defenses are going to have to find some way to start slowing down the opposing offense.
Sure are, and you know, Parham doing a great job of picking his way through those blocks, and you know, the footing may be just a little bit rough in there as well, and defense is tough to hold in that soggy ground.
It's going to be Parham coming around to the near side. He's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Ziegler knocking him out of bounds.
He'll work his way down to the 21, so he's going to be knocking on the door of that Kiefer Building Services red zone. But once again, you see it here on the Bob Parcell replay. Great seal block on the outside, forcing Franklin County to come into pursuit, but a great job by Ziegler working his way across the field, getting that angle, and definitely saving some yardage there as Parham was looking to hit that sideline and turn up towards the end zone. But it will be another first down here for Landstown, and that's going to be Parham carrying it right up the middle, and that carry will get him into the Kiefer Building Services red zone. And I believe you're going to hear this a lot tonight, Mike. But again, if you need a new deck, home improvement, electrical work, or you're looking to improve that electrical work in your home, call Kiefer Building Services 540-420-0717 or visit them on the web, www.kieferbuildingservices.com. A great sponsor of Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network. And both of these two teams working inside the red zone on their first drive. Is Parham. Nothing doing there. That's Jacob Stockton stepping up and laying the hit. That'll help fire up this Eagle defense because Parham has been having his way here on the first drive for Landstown.
Back-to-back good plays by the defense for the Eagles. Parker Scott, then Stockton coming up, cutting that drive, that play short. Parham, the workhorse here for the Landstown Eagles.
So 2:42 left to play here in the first quarter. Landstown going to run a player on late. That's Jonathan Blevins, a tight end. And Landstown going to have to take a timeout. We know that's not one that they wanted to take here early. 2:34 left to play in the first quarter. Franklin County up 7-0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Look over there, that's what we've been hunting for weeks.
I love it.
Are you pre-approved with a bank?
Absolutely. I watch your show on Cable 12 Tuesdays at 8:30.
Well, let's move in. As time rolls on, perhaps your children are leaving home, resulting in a change in your real estate needs. I'll be happy to help you hunt for something different.
After the timeout there by Landstown, they're going to be working 3rd down and 7. Ball inside the Kiefer Building Services red zone. And a big 3rd down here early as Franklin County, as we said, have struck first. 26-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Josh Luckett to Garrett Garman. And we're going to have a flag going to fly in late. Looks like this is going to be offsides on Franklin County, but we'll wait for the official call from the line guys. It looks like it's going to be against Landstown.
Landstown, yep.
Tough break there for the Landstown Eagles, as that will back them up very similar to what Franklin County saw on their third down. Penalty moves them outside of the red zone. And we'll see what they do here. Third down and a long 12 upcoming here for Landstown. They'll run with the receiver split out to each side. Price comes under center. He's going to play action. He's going to roll to the far side of the field. Coverage downfield, and it's going to fall innocently at the feet of the dangerous Laquan Haskett. And I'm not sure, Mike, if Haskett didn't see the football or it came through a lot of traffic as we see it here on the Bob Parcell replay.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Just a little bit, you know, as much rain as it is out there, it's got to be a slick ball, and it looked like it might have got away from him a little bit high. And I don't know whether it was intended for Sykes or Haskett that time, but it was just a little bit too far over Sykes' head and under Haskett.
So we'll be bringing up fourth down for Landstown. Fourth down and 12. They're going to run with trip receiver set to the top of the formation, twin receivers set to the near side, and Franklin County is going to have to take a timeout. And we've saw this a couple times, Mike. Landstown running a player on late or substituting late, and the officials are going to have to kind of get that under control. If they make that substitution, they're going to have to allow Franklin County the time to make that substitution themselves, because you saw right there, they had trip set to the top of the formation. They ran a receiver on to make it twin set to the near side. Nobody down here from Franklin County. They didn't see him come off the sideline. They have to take the time out there, and a costly one there for the Eagles. But we've got fourth down here, Mike. Fourth down and a long 11. 2:24 left to play here in the first. Big opportunity for this Franklin County defense. Your offense has drove the field, put points on the board. You've got the lead, and now you forced a fourth down here.
That's right, and the defensive linebackers have been doing a great job, and we'll see if they can put a little pressure on Price to try to get him to make a quick decision back there.
You know, we saw Price go to the air twice tonight, and he's had opportunities to get to Haskett, overthrew the first time, underthrew the second. But they're going to run with two receivers split out to each side here on fourth down following the Franklin County timeout. Going to run the tight end out. Big pressure here by the Eagles. Going to fire it into the end zone, and that's going to be harmlessly knocked away. Great pressure on the quarterback there by Parker Scott. And then the defense for Franklin County standing tall. First and foremost, made sure they got that football knocked away. Secondly, make sure they took the player out of the play as well.
Right, Belch and Ziegler back there doing a great job with a lot of time there for him to throw after the initial pressure. Ziegler and just great. So much of opportunity there for the Landstown Eagles to get that one, but good defense by the Franklin County Eagles.
And again, good coverage there by Franklin County, but what a throw by Chris Price. The only guy who was going to come down with that football was going to be one of his players back deep. And great defensive effort there prevented the touchdown as they had two receivers back deep. So that's going to bring up first down and 10 here for Franklin County. Going to be at their own 23-yard line. Hand's going to be to Jalen Lee. He's going to work across the 25 out to the 26. And Mike, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record here early. Did not look like there was much there for Lee, but that offensive line is already 3 yards deep down the field when they're setting up those blocks.
That's right. They'll take 3 or 4 yards of carry, and Lee and Smith can both stretch that on out to another yard or two. But like you say, the offensive line is giving them 3 or 4 yards there off of the ball.
So here on second down, handoff to Jerron Smith. And he's going to look to work his way down the line. Not much doing there. Maybe a yard on that carry. So it's going to bring up quickly third down here for Franklin County.
Landstown having a tough time bringing down Smith. Smith keeps those legs moving and beats you to death with them. and does a good job of keeping going. Just didn't pick up a lot on that one because of the continued pursuit of the Landstown Eagles.
It's a big third down here with 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ball moved across the 25 to the 26. Could be a handoff right up the middle. Big hole opens up. And it looks like the football may have come out. We'll see what the call is. And it will be a fumble on the play. Turn the ball over to Landstown. Jalen Lee fumbles the football. We'll catch it here on the Bob Parcell replay. A lot of discussion on that far side.
Yeah, I didn't see when the ball came out, but I think it probably did come out before Lee hit the ground.
Can't see it there on the Bob Parcell replay. You do see the Landstown player coming up with the football, but that defense will give their offense another chance after coming up short on fourth down. 32 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, Franklin County got the football to start this ball game. March down the field, 26-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Josh Luggett to Garrett Garman. Franklin County's defense holds strong, forces a turnover on downs deep in their own territory. And now Franklin County's offense has turned it over, giving the ball back to Landstown in business as they're going to run the sweep coming across the near side. Works the ball down to the 25, and that's going to be number 3, Laquan Haskett on the carry.
Haskett with good speed outside, actually a good pursuit by the defense, stretching that one out, kept him from getting more yardage than he got.
So big gainer there on first down. Will make it 2nd down and 4 from the Franklin County, Eagle 26-yard line. And that will end the first quarter of play. A quick moving first quarter, but it does see the Eagles of Franklin County on top 7-0 on our Franklin Finance scoreboard. We're going to step aside and we'll be right back with more Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Willard Insurance Agency. Visit willardinsurance.org.
Erie Insurance.
Mike, after one quarter of play, Franklin County on top 7-0, having to stun Landstown a little bit here early, but we'll see how they respond here. Getting the turnover, having the ball deep in Eagle territory. Double reverse coming to the near side. We'll see what Haskett can do. Makes the first man miss, but this Franklin County defense has been so disciplined all season long. They stayed in their position. They all stayed at home. Had the pursuit coming from the backside, ran right in to the flow coming near side, and great play there by the Franklin County defense.
Absolutely. Hairston and Ziegler staying home and covering their holes, and that's just exactly where he was coming to try to run. Here you see a good play there, taking out the offensive line.
So we'll bring up a big 3rd down and 5 for Landstown. Running the offset play action. Going to roll to the far side is Price. Has a receiver out here, and that's going to fall incomplete. And it falls incomplete because of the great coverage out there by Elijah Belcher.
Great play. Belcher right with him, step for step. And then at the last minute, knocked that ball down right on the sideline.
So we'll bring up another 4th down for Landstown. Their 2nd drive offensively. 2nd time they've got deep in Eagle territory. And the 2nd time they're going to be forced to run out of 4th down. They'll substitute here. They're going to have a receiver set to the top of the formation. A receiver set to the near side. Quarterback Chris Price will run out of the shotgun. Straight drop back. Fires it across the near side. Catch will be made at the 23. Makes the first man miss, but he's not going to get away from the near side. Number 38, Hunter Kennedy, going to wrap him up there.
Yeah, Haskett, really good move there after he catches the ball and Here you see a good little juke. That was a rough pass there coming out of the hands of Price's. There you see Holland missing.
And that's the danger you get when you get the football out in Haskett's hands. He can make plays in the open field, picks up a first down there for Landstown. They moved inside the Kiefer Building Services red zone. And again, we'll wait till after this play, but a delayed handoff coming across the right side. And that's going to be a big push on first down to the 11-yard line. But the Kiefer Building Services red zone, every time a team gets inside of the 20 on the offensive end, they have entered into the Kiefer Building Services red zone. So if you need a new deck, home improvement, you're looking to upgrade that electrical service as we head into the holiday season, be sure to call Kiefer Building Services, 540-420-0717. And this is the third trip of the night between these two teams into the Kiefer Building Services red zone. Handoff coming to the near side. That's going to be Parham. Good patience, but the flow once again catches up to him. They're going to mark him down just inside the 17, so big loss on the play there for Landstown.
Good penetration here by Parker Scott, breaking that play up. You see him right there and giving his guys a chance to catch up and finally making the stop.
So we'll bring up third down and a long 10 for Landstown. Offense have moved the ball well so far this evening, but have yet to put their first mark on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. And the clock continues to roll inside of 9:20 now left to play in the first half. Price under center. He's going to play action, has two receivers out. Big pressure coming up the middle as he looks to extend the play out. He's going to be able to do so, fires it into the end zone, and that pass will be complete down to the 1-yard line. Great catch there by Theo Sherrod. And Landstown in business, but give all the credit there to quarterback Chris Price. He eludes the pressure, stays calm. His receivers start to come back in the play, and they're able to complete this pass.
Yeah, Hunter Kennedy chasing down, really putting the pressure on him. It was a good, like you say, a good play to almost broken up by the defender, Scott. Is that Stockton? Looks like maybe.
So it'll be first down and goal here for Landstown. 9 minutes left to play in the first half. They're going to stack that line. Big push up the middle here by Franklin County's defense, but nothing doing there. Chris Price pulls a Houdini right up the middle, and that's 6 points on the Franklin Finance scoreboard for Landstown, making it look easy there on the goal line.
Franklin County just couldn't stop Price from opening his own hole there. The defense looking for a different play, looks like.
They'll line up here for the extra point, looking to tie this ball game up at 7. On to attempt the extra point, Braden Walsh. Snap's good, holds good, kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 8:54 left to play here in the first half, we're all tied up at 7 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. We'll be right back. You're watching Eagle Football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural, family-owned Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane is here for all of your heating and appliance needs. Come check out our new state-of-the-art showroom, showcasing a full line of propane appliances, including gas heaters and logs. All propane tanks and gas installations are performed by employees trained and certified through the National Propane Gas Association. Don't let winter catch you by surprise this year. Give us a call today at 483-7726 or visit us on the web at redwoodfuel.com.
I'm Dean Stone, manager at Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane, and we invite you to come see what we have to offer in our new showroom.
And just like that, Landstown ties it up at 7 apiece, 8:54 left to play here in the first half. We do have a roster correction that we've just been notified of here. Number 1 for Landstown is not Jalen Parham. That is Carlton Winston. So we want to correct that from here on out. We just had a roster correction on the official roster here tonight. So we appreciate that information. Franklin County's going to have the football, first down and 10 from the 23. and they're going to need to find a way to respond here. That offense has been on the sideline. It's cold, it's wet, and Mike, also, if you look across the way, I'm not sure if we can get a shot of it, our wonderful camera operators, no visitor stands over there, so it's got to be quiet on that sideline. The Eagle cheerleaders are on the sideline here with the fans. They're all by their lonesome across the way, Mike.
Yeah, it's got to be different, and anything different is not good when you're especially when you've had to travel 6 hours to get here.
So tight formation here for the Eagles. That's going to be J-Ron Smith. Big push by that offensive line. That's a pretty looking play there, Mike, for 9 yards.
Absolutely, and good stop there by Dante Gooden. If he hadn't stopped him, I think Jalen would have gotten about 4 or 5 more at least.
There you see a good shot of the Franklin County Eagle cheerleaders who have also made the trip down. We appreciate their continued support of this Eagle football team, as well as all of the fans who have made the trip from Franklin County, and also all the folks who are joining us on Cable 12 watching this game. We appreciate you taking time out of your Friday night to spend a little bit with us here on Eagle football, as we see Franklin County running out of 2nd down and 1. Ball across the 30-yard line at the 31. 8 minutes left to play here in the half. And that run's going to be across the left side of that line. And look at that push and look at that individual effort across the far side there. And a great run there by J-Ron Smith. You're going to see the offensive line on this Bob Parcell replay open up a hole. You're going to see them continue to push, but you're also going to see the strength of the running back there, J-Ron Smith, just lowering that shoulder and keeping those feet moving.
One defender does not stop J-Ron. He just keeps going, keeps digging. Keeps those legs moving.
So it'll be a 1st down there for Franklin County. Inside of 7:30 left to go here in the first half. We're all tied up at 7. You see there on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. We've got a great football game in here for the opening round of the Region 6A playoffs. J-Ron Smith's going to get the handoff once again, continuing to drive across the 45. And he's going to be out close to another 1st down. They're going to mark him just shy, so 9 yards on that carry. Again, this is a fun offense to watch once it gets clicking.
Absolutely. Outside line gets a good crack there, and that's all Jalen needs. Is just to get a little bit of an opening, and he can squeeze through there and beat you with those legs as he keeps driving.
Yeah, with his backfield of J-Ron Smith and Jalen Lee, they're moving those 2 backs. They're interchanging them at fullback and tailback, and they're also going to this tight formation. They got 2 receivers set to the near side. You see them there at the bottom of your screen, really bunching up and giving the offensive line an opportunity to blow a hole open. As Smith's going to get the carry once again, stays behind those big guys up front, works his way across midfield into Landstown territory. Give him out to the 47-yard line. And again, a great carry here, and it's all because of that push by the offensive line and good vision there by Smith. Comes up a little bit gimpy. He may have to check out of this ball game. But you see it here on the Bob Parcell replay. Look at that hole open up, Mike.
Yeah, it was a nice hole there, and Jalen just continues to push, and all of his guys continue to fall in right behind him. And I think he's got a little bit of an injury on his shoulder there, and hope it's not serious. He's staying in the game. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, J-Ron Smith has been a workhorse of this Eagle offense for a majority of the season. A little bit of a jump there by Landstown, and I think they are going to get Landstown on that one. You saw him jump into the neutral zone. That'll put Franklin County on the plus side of the yardage marker. So we get the call here from the blind guy. And again, every good call, bad call, and no call all season long. Brought to you by the good folks at Budget Blinds, a style for every season, a style for every point of view. They'll come out, they'll give you a consultation, they'll show you all their wonderful window coverings, they'll do all of the measuring, and then they'll come back and install those beautiful window coverings. And we're getting close to the holiday season, and as Doug always says from Budget Blinds, a new window covering is the gift that you can open each and every day of the year. And again, we appreciate Budget Blinds for, again, being a proud supporter not only of Eagle football, but all the other wonderful sports we cover here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. And once again, going to get a flag, too much. And that's going to be number 14, Dwight McMaster, getting the jump on the near side. And, Mike, I know if you ask Landstown right now with 5:23 left to go here in the first half, Franklin County's giving them all they could ask for and more in this first half.
Absolutely. That offensive line looks really good on these drives, and they're not backing down. And those little miscues by the defense of Landstown is not hurting anything as far as the Franklin County Eagles go.
So that will give Franklin County a first down as we approach the 35-yard line. Lone receiver set to the top of the formation. Flag's going to fly on this one. That play is going to be blown dead. Nothing doing there, as that one's going to come all the way back. Probably shouldn't have even ran that play. False start on the Eagles. Just like that, Franklin County going to shoot themselves in the foot, back them up behind the chains.
Yeah, that's going to really hurt them. Momentum killer. But we'll see if they can reach down and pick up that extra yards, put some 5 yards behind the chains.
Clock continuing to roll here in the first half as Chase Austin brings the play in from the sideline. We're inside of 4:45 now left to play in the first half. Landstown's going to be getting the football to start the second half. So Franklin County, knowing the importance of putting a couple more points on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. Luckett's going to drop back, throws into double coverage, and that's going to be over the outside shoulder of Garman. If that football's thrown to the inside, Mike, Garman had the step on the defensive backs out there.
He did, and Garman has really good speed. So I think he might have been a little bit laying back, ready for that high ball to get out there, and just went too much out to the outside. He was expecting it on the other side.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad football, just a little bit overthrown there by Luckett, especially for the wind. The wind is at Luckett's back, blowing left to right. Rain continuing to fall. This is going to be a handoff to Smith out of that fullback spot. He's going to be off to the races. Good block on the outside across the 10. 5, dives towards the end zone. Flag's going to fly in late. It's going to be something outside of the frame, and we're going to wait for the call. That's going to be a big touchdown run by J-Ron Smith, but we'll wait for the official call here from the blind guys.
And we'll see here on the replay, you see Smith getting away on the outside. Great job there. Nice block on the outside there by the Eagles. Belcher. I didn't see what he's calling with flag.
It will be a face mask, on Landstown. Touchdown will stand. 41-yard touchdown run by J-Ron Smith out of that fullback spot. They ran a little bit of trap to the short side of the field, and Smith did the rest. A great block downfield, and Franklin County has added 6 more points on the Franklin Finance scoreboard.
Great run by Smith and some really good blocking out there in front of him, too.
Chandler Holly on to attempt the extra point to put the Eagles up by 7. Again, it's a cold and wet night here in Virginia Beach. Snaps good, holds good. The kick is up. And Holly will put that one through the uprights. Franklin County leads 14-7 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. 4:14 left to play in the half. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back with more Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Look over there, that's what we've been hunting for weeks.
I love it.
Are you pre-approved with a bank?
Absolutely. I watch your show on Cable 12, Tuesdays at 8:30.
Well, let's move in. As time rolls on, perhaps your children are leaving home, resulting in a change in your real estate needs. I'll be happy to help you hunt for something different.
There you see it on the Franklin Finance scoreboard, 14-7. Franklin County on top with 4:14 left to play here in the half. And Mike, it was just another day at the park for J-Ron Smith, taking that one to the house, 41 yards. He had the blocking up front. He had the blocking downfield. He absorbed some hits there at the end, and he put the ball into the end zone. Quick kick here by Franklin County, and they look like they're going to recover, and we'll wait for the official call, but no doubt about this one. The officials are going to talk about it. They're not looking at the play. And that football, they're going to say, is short, and it will be Landstown football at the 46. We do not have a replay of that one. We are sorry for that, but it looked like Franklin County was all over that one. And give all the credit to Coach Edwards and that coaching staff. That's what they've been doing in practice. That is as good of an effort as you can ask for out of those young men.
Absolutely. Great effort there. And it if nothing else, it kept these speedsters from back there to running it back. Just not one more yard. Just a little quick.
You know, the play didn't come out in Franklin County's favor there, and you do give excellent field position to Landstown, but I love the thought there. You've got your team up 7. That play was going to turn the tide of this football game even further in favor of Franklin County, but we'll see if that defense can stand up here. Price runs out of the single back, and coming to the near side, that's going to be number 1, Carlton Winston. And he's going to work his way across midfield down to the 49. Good gainer there on first down. Mike, I can't get over that onside attempt there by the Eagles. That's one of the best efforts I've seen in a long time at any level.
That's right, and it's good job. Cromwell coming up and making this tackle, doing a good job on defense.
And again, if you're just joining us, you have missed a great first half of football as we still have 3:43 left to play here in the half. But both of these two teams coming out, leaving it all on the field so far. 2 receivers set to the top of the formation for Landstown. Delayed handoff coming to the near side. Flag going to fly in the backfield as Winston comes out and picks up a Landstown first down. But we do say flag back at the 46, and that will be a hold on Landstown. A backbreaker there as Winston has really come into his own there with Jalen Parham being injured and Winston taking over that number 1 spot.
Well, it definitely was a hold because that's what opened that big hole up, was a hold from behind, and when you can hold them every time, I guess you can have a good hold.
So that's going to back Landstown up inside of their own 45, all the way back to their own 41-yard line. Put them behind the chains here, 2nd down and a long 15. They're going to run out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, lone receiver set to the top of the formation. Price, straight drop back. Plenty of time, good pocket. He's going to look to roll to the far side, has a receiver breaking down the sideline, and that pass going to be well underthrown. Flag going to fly on the near sideline. So once again, we'll wait for the blind guys on this one. Looks like it's possibly an ineligible receiver downfield. I'm going to say they're going to hit the center, number 55, Denzel Lowry, as he snuck downfield too far. You see it there on the Bob Parcell replay, Mike.
Well, that's like 4 yards. That was a tough call for Landstown.
Franklin County will see what the call is. They're going to decline that penalty. They're going to keep the result of it, which was an incomplete pass, and bring up a 3rd down and long here from the 41-yard line of Landstown. Both teams have already used one of their timeouts. They both have 2 remaining, but we only have 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to play here in the half.
Yeah, that previous play there was good coverage by Belcher deep. Didn't really have a receiver open on that one.
Once again, they'll run 2 receivers to the top of the formation, lone receiver to the near side. Franklin County looks like they're bringing pressure up the middle. Price straight drop back. He's going to fire it to the check down route there. That's Elijah Douglas, and it will fall incomplete. Bring up 4th down. I believe we're going to have a false start here on Landstown. I would expect Franklin County to decline this one, but we'll wait for the official call from the blind guys.
I think that was Hunter Kennedy that ran in and made that play. If you see right here on your replay, Hunter Kennedy running into that hole and getting Price to look at him, and he almost missed a snap and got a break there, but Price throwing that now over the head of the receiver or intended receiver.
So as we said, it will bring up 4th down, and we're going to have a timeout. Landstown will take their 2nd of the half. 2:58 left to play here in the first half. Franklin County on top, 14-7, playing great football. And we're going to be back with more Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office. Stage, nursery, Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Willard Insurance Agency. Visit willardinsurance.org.
Erie Insurance.
Second time out of the half for Landstown as they'll discuss. This is their third fourth down attempt. They've converted 1 of 2 on the evening, and it looks like they're going to put the football in the air, going to punt this one away from their own 41, their first punt of the evening. A little bit of a low snap. Price gets a boot on this one. Franklin County will just clear out of the way. It will take a Landstown bounce, but the Eagles are going to get the football first down and 10 from their own 33-yard line. They've got 2 timeouts and 2 minutes and 47 seconds to work with, Mike.
Plenty time here, especially with receivers like Garmin and of course, the fullback coming out of the backfield, whoever they might have there, has been real productive for them, as well as Smith, who has been a powerhouse tonight.
Eagles will line up first down and 10 from the 33. A receiver split out to each side. Luckett runs out of the eye. It's going to be J-Ron Smith out of that fullback spot, holding on to that football. Nothing doing there. Give him a yard on first down. Keeps the clock moving. Inside of 2:35 now left to play in the first half. In Landstown really starting to key in on J-Ron Smith.
Yeah, I can see why. Doing a great job on that, of anticipating that play. Nice play there by Tonai.
Again, 2:15 left to play here in the half. Receivers split out to each side for Franklin County. You got to be happy with that 14-7 lead on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. But you are going to give the football back to Landstown. And we're going to have a flag false start on Franklin County. And that will move them back 5 yards.
Bad time for that one. That's one of those little mental mistakes they've been having pop up here lately.
So will remain second down as they march off the penalty yards. That will put the football inside of the 30, back to the 29. And will bring up second down and 14. Clock will continue to roll inside of 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Franklin County has had the momentum for much of the half. They took the football in the opening kickoff. Luckett connected with Garmin for a big touchdown pass. J-Ron Smith on the last drive, a 41-yard touchdown run, as that football is in the air for an eternity, Mike, and overthrows Garmin. And that's going to stop the clock with 1:39 left to play in the half.
Intended for Garmin, but it was no way he could get to that one, out of bounds by quite a bit.
I think more importantly there, with that incomplete pass, will stop the clock with 1:39. And Landstown, if they're able to stop them here on third down, will get an opportunity.
Well, they've sort of picked up on Garmin being open deep, and they put double coverage on him in the last play.
They'll run out of the I formation. First man through. Smith's going to get the football. He's going to roll forward across the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up fourth down. Franklin County's going to have to punt this football away. We'll see if Landstown takes their final time out of the half, or if they'll let this clock roll down as Franklin County can get the football, get the clock down inside of a minute.
Calvin Seitz on that tackle.
Josh Luckett inside of his own 20 to punt this one away. A little bit of a high snap. Luckett gets a boomer off here. And it's going to take a Landstown bounce back across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And we've got 58 seconds left to play here in the first half. Landstown's got one timeout left here in the half. They're down by 7, and they know they're getting the football back to start the second half. You know, what are you doing here if you're Landstown?
Well, you're going to try to get the ball into the Goal. That's all they're going to do is just I think you're going to see them break out somebody deep. We got trips to the left.
Yeah, Price has had no trouble putting the ball in the air tonight. It's making that connection, and they will go to the air, going to swing it out to the near side. That pass is going to be complete to Carlton Winston, going to stay on his feet. Looking like a little bit of a block in the back there. Looks like no call, and Winston's going to work his way back to about the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him for a loss back inside the 35 to, looks like the 32-yard line, going to continue to roll the clock. So not a good effort here by Landstown. Franklin County's defense had an opportunity there with Scott.
Scott, yeah.
But Winston's able to shake that tackle.
Yeah, Winston running a lot of east to west, not making any progress north to south.
Landstown looks like they're going to run one more play here in the half. Clock inside of 15 seconds left to play. Twin receivers set to the near side. Twin receivers to the top of the formation. Chris Price out of the shotgun. He's going to look to put this one in the air. Has a receiver down the middle of the field. That's going to be called off to the races. 15, 10, 5, and flag will fly on the near sideline. Looks like that's going to be maybe a sideline warning, but nothing doing there.
Haskett.
And that's going to be 68-yard touchdown pitch and catch. And I believe this one may stand, Mike.
Yeah, Haskett is dangerous out there, and he was his route was run perfectly. Nice pass there by Price, and he's off to the races.
Let's hear the official call from the blind guys.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning on Landstown, and his time expires here in the first half. A 69-yard touchdown pitch and catch has an opportunity to tie this ball game up, and that's the way Landstown wanted to respond. And a big game-breaking play right there, Mike.
It was a perfect time for that one.
Absolutely, no better time for that play, as we'll await the extra point. That play was made because of perfect timing, and now is the perfect time to buy or sell your single-family dwelling. Call Christina Deffenbaugh 540-420-0485 if now is the time to make your move, or you can send her an email at christina.drealtor@yahoo.com. And guys, it's all about timing, and that great play was brought to you by Christina Deffenbaugh at Weichert Realtors, Bridges and Company. And after 2 quarters of play, we've reached halftime on that big one, and the Franklin Finance scoreboard tied up at 14. Landstown's going to get the football to start the second half. We're going to step aside for a couple minutes. We're going to be back with our Rocky Mount Chiropractic halftime adjustment right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural, family-owned Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane is here for all of your heating and appliance needs. Come check out our new state-of-the-art showroom, showcasing a full line of propane appliances, including gas heaters and logs. All propane tanks and gas installations are performed by employees trained and certified through the National Propane Gas Association. Don't let winter catch you by surprise this year. Give us a call today at 483-7726 or visit us on the web at redwoodfuel.com.
I'm Dean Stone, manager at Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane, and we invite you to come see what we have to offer in our new showroom.
There you see it on the Franklin Finance scoreboard, all tied up at 14. And Mike, Landstown has regained this momentum, scoring as time expired on a big pass play from Price to tie this game up at 14. Franklin County had a big opportunity on the onside kick. They touched it just a little bit too early. So lots of opportunities for both of these two teams to blow this game wide open. But as a result of those miscues by both teams, we've got a 14-14 ball game here at the half. And there you see some of the Franklin County faithful who have made the trip down from Rocky Mount. Just having a lot of fun, a lot of good conversation going on out there, a lot of analyzing the first half, but that's what we're here to do now. It's time for our Rocky Mount Chiropractic halftime adjustment. I'll turn it to you, Mike. We've got a tie ball game. What do these teams need to do to pull away in the second half?
Well, you know, the big advantage is that Landstown gets the ball back. After that score, they have an opportunity now to make a 14-point turnaround really quickly here in the ball game. And this Franklin County Eagle defense is going to have to step up and make sure they don't get anywhere, have a 3 or 4 and out drive coming up to make sure they don't get any momentum built up any more than they already did at the end of that first half. So Franklin County has got to settle down and say, look, we're exactly where we started from, and we came out and we shut them down. We can do that again. And they've got to get that mentality and just go back out there and play football like they have this first half. Up until that last, looked like it might have just went a little bit of sleep on that last play. What a great play by the Landstown Eagles to get Haskett open out there. I think everybody knew that they were going to try to do that, and they just pulled it off. And I think they're just going to have to play. Franklin County is just going to have to play the football that they played the first the first 2 quarters of the game, except for that one play.
Absolutely, and I think if you flip it over and you look at Landstown, because again, this being the first round of the Region 6A playoffs, you win, you continue on. More likely than not, you're going to be taking on the number 1 seed a week from tonight. If you lose, your season's going to come to an end. Both teams have come out, put 14 points on the board. I think when you look at these two teams, first looking at Landstown, you're finding some success throwing the football, but I don't think you want to get too reliant on that. You were able to pick up a touchdown there at the end of the half, but I think if you can mix a little bit in, start to complete those passes, you're seeing a lot of confidence starting to well up in quarterback Chris Price. Get him comfortable. He's had plenty of time to throw the football. Franklin County secondary has just been Johnny on the spot except for the last play there of the half. So I think if you mix in that passing game, if you can get a couple of touchdowns here in the second half, I think that's going to be enough for either one of these two teams. I'm not expecting either one of them to have a big breakout second half. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game here in the second half. As you see the rain continuing to fall down here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex, the wind blowing from left to right as you see the Virginia flag blowing there. So it's going to be tough conditions. So Landstown, throw the football, open up that running lanes for your backs to run through. You've had some success running the football. Flip it over and you look at Franklin County. You've got a lot to play for here in the second half. You have not historically done well on the road in the playoffs. Wins have been hard to come by. You've had times in the past where you got off the bus and the game has been over at that point. You've played some tough teams. You came off the bus today if you're Franklin County. You put 7 points on the board in your first drive. You forced Landstown to go 4 and out on their next drive. Then you fumbled the football. You held Landstown once again. They picked up a couple of scores. You picked up another score. You stayed in this ball game. Now it's about heart. Do you want to have the potential to go to that second game? You know, a lot of people are saying that this state championship, it may come through this Region 6A. You're going to have the opportunity next week if you come away with the win to take on one of the best teams in the state potentially. So I think it's which team is going to want it more here in the second half. You're going to have to will yourself to a victory. But that is our Rocky Mount Chiropractic halftime adjustment brought to you by Rocky Mount Chiropractic with Dr. Marlene Skillen and Dr. Kim Skillen, your locally owned and operated chiropractor in Franklin County, treating a wide range of injuries from athletic injuries to motor vehicle accidents and many others. So let Rocky Mount Chiropractic help you improve your life and well-being. And they are located across from the beautiful campus of Franklin County High School and a proud sponsor of Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. And there you see us inside the friendly confines here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Just a very hospitable group here. We want to appreciate them, as well as the staff from Landstown have been very hospitable. We've met a lot of great folks down here as well. But we've got a half of football left to play. We're going to step aside one more time. We'll be back to kick off the second half. Landstown's going to be getting the football. We'll see what Franklin County does on this kickoff to open up the second half. And we're going to be right back with more Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Look over there, that's what we've been hunting for weeks.
I love it.
Are you pre-approved with a bank?
Absolutely. I watch your show on Cable 12 Tuesdays at 8:30.
Well, let's move in. As time rolls on, perhaps your children are leaving home, resulting in a change in your real estate needs. I will be happy to help you hunt for something different.
There you see it as we get ready to kick off the third quarter of action as we wrap up our Rocky Mount Chiropractic halftime adjustment. Mike, one of these two teams is going to have to make just a little bit of an adjustment to come away with the edge here in this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, one of the biggest things I think is the biggest difference in this Franklin County team coming out here in the second half as what they did at the beginning of the game. They know they can play with this team, and they have beaten them off of the line a lot of times. Great job with that onside kick, just a good hands out there by the Landstown front line.
Yeah, that onside kick attempt just taking a little bit too high of a bounce. But again, you got to give credit to Landstown there. That's the second time Franklin County's come out with that kind of a quick kick, looking to get the football. But Landstown going to have excellent field position to start this drive. Ball going to be right there at midfield. It just didn't take that extra hop to get up over that front line. So Landstown first down and 10 here. First drive of the second half. Price going to go to the air. We talked about this. He's got a receiver out here, and the football is going to be underthrown. Haskett, the intended receiver, and Price just did not get enough under that football.
Well, Holland with a good coverage there, even though Haskett didn't have a chance to get back to it, but Holland with good coverage there on defense. There you see a little wobbly pass. I can't imagine that with it pouring down the rain and the wind blowing.
So Landstown's going to run second down and 10 from midfield. Two receivers to the top of the formation. Lone receiver set to the near side. Price going to go to the air once again. Pressure coming. Fires it towards the sideline. Pass will be incomplete. One official looked like he was coming in to spot it. The other one trailing the play calls it incomplete. Big break there for Franklin County. Good coverage downfield, and Theo Sherrod just could not come up with this one, catching on the Bob Parcell replay.
Yeah, Stockton with a good defensive play there, covering him over there. Anything where he could catch it, that was close. There you see, it might have slipped out. You know, it's really tough to catch us when it's this wet, I think.
Bring up third down and 10. Landstown has not moved the football here on this drive. Two receivers to the top, one receiver to the near side. Going to dump it off inside. Good stretch. And it looks like they're going to be short of the line to get as that reception going to be made by number 7, Iosofa Tanawa. And he's going to be too short. And it will bring up fourth down as the ball is moved inside the 45 down to the 43. So fourth down and 3 upcoming here for Landstown.
Nice job of Tanawa finding that opening between Stockton and Parker Scott. Picked up a good 7 yards there.
See what Landstown does here. They've only punted the football one time tonight. Have went for it on fourth down 3 separate occasions. And fourth down and 3 here. They will run out of the single backfield. Price under center. He's going to keep it right up the middle. That's the exact same play they scored on the goal line with. Big hole opens up there in the A gap. Price takes it right up the middle. Plenty of yardage there for another Landstown first down.
That hole is a natural opening, and good read there by Price to find that hole and get there before Parker Scott and Hunter Kennedy can make a tackle.
Receivers split out to each side. Out of the shotgun, Price will drop straight back. Has a receiver on the curl route, and he's going to sail that one out of bounds. Nothing doing there. Coach Dyer with the reception on the sideline. And Price, you can tell that football's a little bit wet. Also, wind's in his face on this drive. Feeling like he needs to put a little bit extra air into the football. See his hands in the muff there. Just looking to warm them up a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting cooler as the night goes on, and that rain and slick. And the field is getting slick, as you can see there, real shiny. And tough for these guys to get their footing.
So it'll be second down and 10 upcoming here. Ball on the 38-yard line, single back, delayed handoff coming to the near side. Hole's going to open up. That's number 25, Elijah Douglas, stays on his feet, picks up 11 yards there. It looks like he will be marked down at the 26.
Belcher making a good open field tackle there. If not, definitely could have been a score right there.
See it there on the Bob Parcell replay. Whenever these athletes for Landstown can get into space, that's where they're very dangerous. Pressure coming up the middle. Price able to get the handoff away as he's falling. And he's going to pick up about 2 yards across the right side.
Parker Scott making a good tackle there, and Harrison breaking through the line there and actually getting to Price. Didn't keep him from making the handoff, but Parker Scott got him down with good tackle there.
Yeah, great penetration up the middle there to disrupt the timing of that play. Landstown also see some hands on some hips starting to wear down here in the third quarter. Price under center, single backfield. They're going to run play action. Price rolls out here to the near side. Pressure coming from behind. Has a receiver out here, and that one's going to be picked off as it's floated. And a game changer there by number 2, the senior, Tyshawn Ziegler, with the interception.
Big turnover there. That's exactly what the Eagles needed to shut these other Eagles, the Blue Eagles, down. A lot of air under this pass, and you can see it start to sort of flail and lose power, and Ziegler goes up and makes a heck of a catch in a wet situation out there.
And you know the secondary feels like they've got a lot to prove here in the second half. They gave up that touchdown unnecessarily at the end of the first half that tied up the ball game, but they're going to get the football back to the offense inside of the 10 in a little bit of a hole. Handoff up the middle. That's going to be J-Ron Smith, and he's going to take a pounding, but not after he gets out to about the 16-yard line. 6-yard carry there on first down, and that's been the name of the game all night long.
Absolutely, and he's been doing the job there, and that's 6 yards. They'll take 6 yards of carry each time. That offensive line getting a good push off and driving that defensive line backwards.
Receivers split out to each side. Franklin County stays out of the I formation. It's going to be second down and 4 at the 16. First one through is going to get the football. I believe that's going to be Smith once again. It looks like he's going to be marked enough for the first down. Mike, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the angle we're at today, but nothing doing there. It looks like until that second effort, you realize that's because they're 6 yards down the field already.
Yeah, that's right, and that offensive line just doing a great job of getting a push. Then when they get ready to make a tackle, then J-Ron and Lee pushes it another 2 or 3 yards.
So 7:54 left to play here in the third quarter. Tight formation for the Eagles. Last man through is going to get the football. That's Smith once again, and he's going to come out of the pile, dives forward, and he's going to be close to another Eagle first down as this Franklin County offense is clicking and rolling off the first downs here on this drive. All of this started by a big interception by Tyshawn Ziegler in this Franklin County defense.
I'll tell you, look at that. There you see Davis out there. Davis is 6'2", a sophomore, coming just off of the JV team this year, doing a heck of a job out there. Eli Davis making a big push up front, along with his other buddies.
Franklin County will flip the formation. Strong side will be to the far side of the field. This is going to be the young man, Jalen Lee, across the 45, holds on to the football across the 40, and he's going to rip off a big gainer there. That's going to be well over 25 yards on that carry. Change of pace here going to Lee. Good blocking up front. You're going to see Smith seals the corner. Lee runs past the defender and nothing doing. One man to beat and a touchdown saving tackle there by Tylen Alexander.
Alexander is the only man left, and Lee doing a great job of getting a big gainer after he got away from his line, which done a great job and got him over 10 or 12 yards.
Franklin County will stay in the same formation. Bunch set tight to the top. That's the short side of the field. They'll run to that side with Smith. Follows that lead blocker right up the middle. And, Mike, again, that's a freshman, Jalen Lee, blowing that hole open. The offensive line separating. You're going to see Lee fly through here, number 27. Offensive line blows the hole open. Lee clears out 2 guys, and Smith takes it right behind him. Big 8-yard gain there on first down.
Well, that's the way you run that play. That's the way you draw it up, and these guys are doing a heck of a job out there.
So second down and short upcoming here for the Eagles, knocking on the door of the 30-yard line. That's where they can pick up their next first down. Flip the play to the near side. It's going to be Smith, cuts back, stays on his feet, following those blockers downfield. And, Mike, once again, 12 yards down the field, you've got this Franklin County offense laying down the blocks, and there is a flag down at the 21. We'll await this call. It was enough for a Franklin County first down, as you watched here on the Bob Parcell replay.
I tell you, it's probably a hole where it's at, and I think you're probably going to see that against Franklin County. And it's really an opportunity here to kill that drive with that, but it's not. It's a defensive hole. Oh, it's face mask. Okay.
Didn't quite see that on the Bob Parcell replay. Wasn't quite looking for it either, Mike.
But that can really add to this drive. Another 5 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, I guess. Must have been inadvertent.
That will move the Eagles into the Kiefer Building Services red zone. And again, as we get ready to head into the holiday season in the colder months, Kiefer Building Services is your place to stop for a new deck, home improvement, or to improve that electrical work in your home. Kiefer Building Services, 540-420-0717. First down and 10 upcoming here for Franklin County. Jalen Lee absorbing that first hit after the contact, picks up an additional 3 yards, moves the ball inside the 5, down to the 4. Franklin County can pick up another first down inside the 1.
There you see that nice seal block out there. Garmin and as well as Jalen Smith doing a really good, Jaron Smith doing a really good job of turning that defender in, giving that outside completely up to Lee. Good job.
Second down and 3 from the 4-yard line. Last man through is going to get the football. He's going to stretch out. Ball's in the end zone, but there it looked like they're going to mark him down short. We'll wait for the official call, but it will be marked down a hair short of the end zone, but it will give Franklin County first down and goal here. They've got 4 tries to stick it in.
Well, and that's not bad. They want to keep that ball as long as they can. That looks like it. Well, that's not the best spot they've gotten today, but it's a good job. It's, about 3 inches to a touchdown?
Tell you,
see what they can do.
Mike, Jaron Smith must have the longest arms I've ever seen, because that young man, half his body in the end zone, doesn't get the call there by the blind guys, but he's going to get the handoff once again. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the end zone, and it's going to be second down and goal. You just marked that football right back where it was. Good stop there by the Landstown defense.
Yeah, good defensive play, and that's where they need everybody inside the square waiting for. They knew that was coming. Good call, because he did not make it.
Big push there by the defensive front for Landstown. Not only did they stonewall him at the line, but did not allow that bounce back to the outside. Franklin County is going to stay with 2 receivers set tight to the near side of the formation. Almost a split back look, but it will be an offset eye. Jalen Lee's going to get the handoff. He's across the far side into the end zone. 1-yard touchdown run by the freshman Jalen Lee, and he puts the Eagles back on top.
There you see a good hole over there on that outside. There you see that big push by Tristan Adams, the center, pulling out along with his other buddies up there, opening that hole. And Lee finding it.
Chandler Holly on to attempt the extra point to put the Eagles up by 7. He has been perfect so far. 2 for 2 on the evening. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is going to take its time, but it's going to find its way through the uprights, and Franklin County regains the lead 21-14 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. And we're going to step away, but we'll be back with more Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office, stage, nursery. Sorry, Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal, and it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Willard Insurance Agency. Visit willardinsurance.org.
Erie Insurance.
Great response there by Franklin County's offense. They regained the lead 21-14. 1-yard touchdown run by the freshman Jalen Lee puts the Eagles back on top. And this Franklin County offense putting the ball back into the end zone. A little bit of a pooch kick to the far side prevents the big return, and that's all Franklin County's doing here. If they went for a couple of onsides, almost recovered a couple of them, but they're just keeping the hands. They don't want to give up a big return because we all know how much momentum that can really infuse into a team if they're able to get a big return.
That's right. Not a bad try right there. Could have took a bounce and went back into the field of play. Just didn't take the right bounce for the Eagles.
You know, and a lot of our viewers at home may not like that call. They may think, well, why aren't you just kicking it deep? Not only does it prevent the big return, but with this wet field, we saw it all season long. This football has been taking some crazy bounces, forces the return team to field the football. So we'll see this Landstown offense back. And great defensive play there. Hole looked like it was going to open up across the near side, Mike.
Yeah,
but
Elijah Witcher did not let it open up. He kept pushing back against that offensive line right there, kept holding it up, had nowhere to go, and then makes the tackle. And a lot of help in there with Parker Scott and Cromwell, other guys pitching in.
You know, and we've talked about the strong suit of this Franklin County defense, and one of the big reasons for that, you look at the leading tacklers on the team, defensive linemen and linebackers. Your defensive backs and safeties are not having to come up and make these stops on each and every play, as we're going to see them hopefully make one here, as that's going to split up the seam, no doubt about this one. Find his way 10-5 into the end zone for the touchdown.
Alton Winston.
And that is going to be a 53-yard touchdown run by number 1, Carlton Winston. He's going to look towards the outside, cuts back inside, and you're going to see him run right up the middle of this Franklin County defense and then pull away. If you're a Landstown fan, you can't ask for anything better than that response right there.
That's right. You can't do much better. Tying this ball game up with a good kick here.
Important extra point upcoming here by Braden Walsh. Snap's good, holds good, kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, this ball game tied up at 21 apiece on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. You don't want to go anywhere. We have got a shootout here at the Sportsplex as both of these teams are wide open on offense. Which defense is going to step up? And, Mike, you look at this game now, you're 21-21, you're all tied up again. What's it going to take for Franklin County to stop these big plays?
Well, you know, they're breaking it open, and it's really tough. The conditions of the field is causing part of this because it's really hard for them defenders to turn as quickly as those running backs do when they get out in the open like that. I don't know. I tell you, this defense has got to just stay with them, and looks like the last person to possess the ball is going to be the winner.
Absolutely. We've got a great one here in the opening round of the Region 6A playoffs. Game tied up at 21. A high kick coming to the near side. Fair catch called for and made there at the 29-yard line. That's going to be Parker Scott. So good field position here for Franklin County. We'll see what this offense can do once again.
sort of strange that both teams are using the same strategy on the kickoffs, but it's worked for both of them.
If you're just joining us, 2:38 left to play here in the third quarter. This ball game was tied up at 14 apiece at the half. Landstown scored at the end of the half as time expired to tie it up. They got the football back to start the second half. Tyshawn Ziegler, a big interception deep in Eagle territory, got Franklin County's offense the football. Jalen Lee capitalized on a 1-yard touchdown run, and then Landstown capitalized on a big run by number 1 Carlton Winston to tie us back up at 21. And the flags are going to fly here as we wait for the call from the blind guys. It's like there may be 12 on the field. They're going to mark it off in favor of Franklin County. It is an illegal substitution there on Landstown.
They've been doing some strange substitutions all day, but they've been able to keep it down to 11. This one was a little bit pushing it a little bit too much.
Chase Austin will bring the play in from the sideline. And again, we want to show our appreciation for all of you folks who are tuning in to Eagle Football right here on your neighborhood network. You're the ones who make all of this possible. You're the reason we go out and travel with this Eagle football team and bring you this coverage right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to spend just a little bit with us as we have a great football game here. And that's going to be about a 2-yard gain there by Smith on first down. Bring up about second down and a long 3 for the Eagles.
Well, it's not because Smith wasn't putting forth the effort. Boy, he was trying to find any type of hole, any give in that defensive line. And the number 44 there, big number, Jonathan Blevins, 6 foot, 200-pound senior, finally making the stop.
So second down and very manageable here. Franklin County staying in this tight formation. They drove the field on their last drive with it. This is going to be Smith working his way through traffic at the line. Good push there across the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on that carry, and that's enough for an Eagle first down.
I tell you, good push again. I tell you, Smith doing a great job running that ball. There you see all his offensive line up there moving it with it. Look at that rain.
Rain coming down harder.
Perfect football weather.
Absolutely. And again, that shot shows you truly what it is doing here. It's been doing that through much of this ball game. It is a wet field. It is a turf field as the game was moved from Landstown over to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Beautiful facility. And this is going to be a big run up the middle by Jalen Lee. And I tell you, that young man, since picking up a start a couple of weeks ago, started 2 ball games, has not relinquished that spot up one bit. But once he gets through that line of scrimmage, he is turning on the Jets. You see it here on the Bob Parcell replay.
Well, I tell you, they are really, that defense is having a hard time with this combination, Smith and Lee. When they don't give up one to the other, they do a great job of either one of them pushing that right in behind that big offensive line.
You see center Tristan Adams coming over that football. Luckett brings the line set. Franklin County just rolling off the yards. It's going to be about a yard gain. They're going to give him all the way out to the 44, so give him 2 yards there on first down. And we've got 25 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. As we said, we're all tied up.
And you see him continuing to push back well after the whistle blows.
See if Franklin County decides to run a play here inside of 10 seconds. 6-5 on the game clock. 4, 3, 2. They will get the snap off. They run play action. Luckett's going to have that one deflected, and a great defensive effort there will come up short as that one had an opportunity for a pick 6 by Dwight McMasters. And a risky play there, but that will end the third quarter of play, and we are still tied up 21-21 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. We're going to be right back with fourth quarter action. You're watching Eagle Football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural, family-owned Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane is here for all of your heating and appliance needs. Come check out our new state-of-the-art showroom, showcasing a full line of propane appliances, including gas heaters and logs. All propane tanks and gas installations are performed by employees trained and certified through the National Propane Gas Association. Don't let winter catch you by surprise this year. Give us a call today at 483-7726 or visit us on the web at redwoodfuel.com.
I'm Dean Stone, manager at Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane, and we invite you to come see what we have to offer in our new showroom.
There you see it as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play. Mike, we've got 12 minutes to decide the winner of this one, and I don't know if that's going to be enough time as we're all tied up at 21 apiece.
I tell you, it's a barn burner.
It is. Again, the fourth quarter. It was tied up 14-14 at the half. Each team picking up a touchdown in the third quarter to make it 21-21. There you see Coach Edwards getting an explanation on the far sideline as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Again, we appreciate all the great folks from Franklin County who made the trip out here to Virginia Beach to cheer on the Eagles. And also looking at those coaches' jackets, you can see just how wet they're getting. And I think that's one of the reasons you're seeing Franklin County go to this tight bunch formation, keeping everything condensed, keeping a lot of guys around the football, and just hoping those holes can open up.
And they've held on to the ball really well. It's bad a situation is out there.
That's going to be a handoff coming to the near side. Big hit there, big number 52, Phillip Ross, 6'1", 220, laying the big hit, and that's going to bring up fourth down for the Eagles.
Well, one person hadn't been bringing down Smith all day, and that was because they've been hitting him high, and they finally figured out it takes getting below the knees to bring him down.
So fourth down upcoming here for Franklin County in Landstown territory at the 43. That's going to be Anthony Belcher bringing the play in from the sideline. Clock rolling as we approach 11 minutes left to play in the ball game. They'll stay offset eye. Again, almost a split back look here from the Eagles. They'll go to the air. You got Garmin out here. A lot of contact downfield. Pass will fall incomplete. And Landstown will take over on downs. Great field position. But you catch it here on the Bob Parcell replay. Not going to see sure if you see the contact with the ball in the air. But Luckett doesn't get this one on target.
Yeah, really not a good pass there, but good effort to try to catch that, even though it was way out of his reach.
So it'll be first down and 10 for Landstown. Ball's going to be placed at the 44-yard line. And Franklin County has struggled, though, to keep Landstown out of the end zone. They've done a great job on defense, but Landstown scoring on the last two times they touched the football. Two receivers to the near side, and Price will fall down. Looks like they're going to let this play go. In no way. This is going to be a bad call by the blind guys. It's Price. Definitely. We'll catch you on the Bob Parcell replays. You will see, no doubt about this one.
Right there.
He puts his buttocks on the turf.
He sure does. And that whistle should have went off right there, and it'd be on the 40-yard line, but they're going to mark it on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give him a 2-yard gain on that one. Officials have called a good game so far, but they will miss that call. Wide open Price falling coming out of the break, and nothing doing there. His receiver split out to each side. Price going to hand the football off across the far side. That's going to be Douglas. He's going to cut back across midfield, going to be brought down at the 49. It'll bring up third down here for the Eagles. And, Mike, another thing Franklin County has to do, you realize that's a bad call by the officials, but you can't let that dictate. You can't let somebody else take you out of your game. You've got a big third down here at midfield and an opportunity to at least force a decision by Landstown.
That's right. Those plays are gone. You can't do anything about them. The officials have to make those calls quickly, and we have a situation on the field. We have fourth fourth down or second down?
It's going to be second down. They're going to move
What
the
is
ball
this?
back to the 49, the 45, and then move it back. It is a false start.
Okay.
Procedure penalty on Landstown back to the 40. So big break there for Franklin County.
Absolutely.
They will wind the clock inside of 10:45 now left to play in this ball game.
Eagles behind the chains. Opportunity to make up for those couple of breaks they went the other way.
Price will look to go to the air. Big pressure here by Franklin County. Flags are going to fly. Price hit as he throws. It's going to be picked off there by Elijah Belcher.
And I think they will up. The official got
the official taking a tumble there, taking a hit. Big pressure applied by Elijah Witcher. Catch here on the Bob Parcell replay. Definitely a hold. So this interception looks like it will stand. Don't look like we had a flag there. As Belcher is going to pick this one off. That's Elijah Belcher with the interception. But it looks like we're going to have a stoppage of play as they tend to our head referee here. With that being said, we're going to step aside. You're watching Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit.
Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
There, the official gathering his wits about him. They are going to mark the football at the 45. It's a hold on Landstown. Penalty will be declined, and Elijah Belcher, the second interception of the afternoon for this Franklin County secondary. Belcher's first. Tyshawn Ziegler also has one. And that's really the first time here, Mike, that Franklin County's got pressure on Price and have forced him to throw it, an errant throw. Price has done a good job of eluding pressure most of the evening.
Sure have. Witcher has been putting a lot of pressure on him there, and the linebackers have been rushing him. But this time, Belcher stepped in and caught that pass, and now the Eagles have an opportunity here.
You see big pressure coming up the middle by Landstown. Lee will step aside that pressure, work his way out to the 40. Big gainer there on first down, and this is what you're going to have to see Landstown do. They're going to have to bring the pressure, but bring it with a little bit more wherewithal of where the football is going. You can't just bring the pressure every time. You have to look and see where that football is going because they're blowing right past the ball carrier for Franklin County, whether it's Jalen Lee, whether it's J-Ron Smith. Franklin County's doing a good job out of this tight formation.
That's right. They're having a little bit of controlled pressure, and filling those holes is what they need, and J-Ron and Lee is just doing a heck of a good job of finding those holes.
Another huge hole opens up across the near side, and J-Ron Smith will step through it. We'll have to see where this one's marked. Look like it's going to be enough for a Franklin County first down. We'll wait and see if they move the chains.
Nice hole there. Closed up quickly. Still taking it on in to very close to a first down.
Be about a half yard short. So third down and short upcoming here for the Eagles, knocking on the door of the 35-yard line. Landstown once again packing 11 in the box defensively. J-Ron Smith sidesteps the line and picks up the first down here for Franklin County.
With plenty to spare.
Yeah, that's what the Eagles are doing. They're setting up in this tight formation. And you'll see here, Smith's going to get the handoff, coming to the left side. They down block. He cuts back to the outside. And by that point, you know, you're just looking to hold on to the football. You know you're going to have to absorb the contact, but you're also 3-4 yards down the field.
Yeah, and that's all they needed in that case.
So first down and 10 here for Franklin County across the 35 at the 34. And offsides, the call on Landstown, going to put Franklin County ahead of the chains. This clock starting to become an issue, Mike. 8:29 left to play here in this ball game. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts, but Franklin County has been able to roll off a ton of clock on each of their offensive possessions.
And Landstown giving them a little aid there with the mental mistake of jumping offside.
Handoff to J-Ron Smith across the right side. That hole opens up, but he takes a big hit there at the 20. And it will be enough for another Franklin County first down. It also looks like they will move into the Kiefer Building Services red zone. And by now you ought to know it, but if you need any home repairs, home improvement, electrical work, maybe you're looking to improve that electrical system you have in your home, or maybe you're looking for a new deck for those holiday parties, call Kiefer Building Services 540-420-0717, and they can hook you up there. Or you can shoot them an email at www.kieferbuildingservices.com. Going to have a timeout by Landstown. You can see some hands on the hips down there as Franklin County is now in the red zone. But we saw this all season. Franklin County in the second half has not gotten tired. They've not wore down in these ball games. You look across the way there, you see how wet everybody is. It's miserable conditions out there. But if you're Franklin County, you are right here on the verge of picking up a big win against Landstown. You can taste it. You can feel that energy. Another thing a win does, there's a lot of football left to be played around the state. You get an upset at the top of this bracket, you could be playing back at home next week.
Boy, wouldn't that be something? The Eagles would love that. But I think the way they're playing tonight, they don't really care where they're going to play. They're playing like they mean it tonight, and really taking on this Landstown team.
So 7:54 left to play in this one. 21-21. This ball game all tied up following the timeout. It's going to be a handoff across the far side. J-Ron Smith sheds the first 2 tackles, stays on his feet, picks up a block on the outside. He's off to the races. Stiff arm at the goal line. Touchdown, Franklin County. 20-yard touchdown run by J-Ron Smith. You see that strength, you see that maneuverability, and that excitement getting into the end zone. And Franklin County regains the lead with an opportunity here to go up by 8.
I tell you, Smith taking advantage of those off of the line there. Really didn't have a lot to go on, but there you see he opened it up and did. There you see, good job there on Smith, just keeping it going.
Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick will be blocked. It was 7:43 left to play in this one. That could be the difference in this ball game. It will be up to Franklin County's defense. 27-21, Franklin County on top. We're going to be right back with more Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
When your house becomes a powerhouse, something amazing happens. You get internet speeds from 50 megs up to 1 gig. So you can stream, play, or download with virtually no waiting or lag throughout your house. Ridiculously fast speeds, now more affordable than ever. Powerhouse by Chantel.
Franklin County lined up to kick this one off. They're going to squib it right up the middle. That ball's going to take a funny bounce out to the 40, and that's what we've talked about, Mike. Franklin County has went to this squib onside kick look a lot late in the season. Those up guys not used to fielding these kicks. You're going to see it go past that first line. Going to make the attempt here, touches the football, forces the issue.
Well, that's all you're trying to do in this situation is just get an opportunity to put a hand on that ball, and Landstown doing a good job of controlling it this time.
As far as the winner of this game, looks like they're going to go on to play Oscar Smith, who's all over Western Branch in the fourth quarter, 47-0. So that's the number 1 seed here in Region 6A, awaiting the winner of this one. It's going to be a run coming to the near side. That's Carlton Winston. He's going to be ran out of bounds out at the 42-yard line. Give him 2 yards. Looks like they're going to give him 3 yards there on first down.
Big heads up, good heads up play here by Stockton not to make that hit out of bounds. Watch this, just heads up play, and that could have been a big deal and might have been taking place earlier in the season, but headsy play there by Stockton.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8 upcoming here for Landstown. Big opportunity here for Landstown, down by just 6 after blocking that Chandler Holly extra point. Price is going to play action. He's got a receiver streaking down the sideline, but Price is going to take off across the 50, run out at the 49, but they will mark him down across the 49. And that's enough for the first down for Landstown. Good coverage downfield here for Franklin County. That's the first time we saw the wheels of Price here tonight.
Yeah, Parker Scott doing a good job putting pressure on Price, and Price pulling it down and getting the first down. Good piece of running there by Price.
One receiver set to the near side, lone receiver set to the top, Price under center. It's going to be a handoff coming to the top of the formation. That's going to be Douglas, and he's going to stay on his feet out across the 45. Give him out close to the 40. We'll see where they mark this football, but a good run here.
Elijah Witcher making the tackle out there, but not until he almost, I guess, looks like maybe a half yard shy of the first down.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1 outside of the 40. 6:54 left to play in this one. It has been a fun game tonight here in Region 6A. Big run around the near side. That's going to be Douglas across the 30. Ran out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That's going to be another Landstown first down. And we're starting to see this running game for the Eagles picking up steam, getting to the outside. Franklin County, no coverage, not crashing down on that one, staying at home in the middle. And the speed of Landstown starting to show here late in this one.
Well, Douglas doing a good job of going up to the line, seeing there's no hole there and breaking to the outside where he did get around the corner and picked up a first down.
6:43 left to play in this one. Handoff to Douglas coming up the middle. He's going to be broke down at the 25. Good defensive stop there. Parker Scott. He's going to Superman in on that one. Still will be a 2-yard pickup on the play, but you catch it here on the Bob Parcell replay. Scott sneaking down the line, steps up, makes the tackle inside the 25.
Emilian Holland doing a good job on defense that time.
Handoff once again, breaks through the line, 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Number 1, Carlton Winston is going to give Landstown the opportunity to take the lead here. Second verse, same as the first, blows through the hole, blows past the Franklin County defenders on the outside. Good blocking downfield. And Carlton Winston finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Good piece of running there. Winston cutting out, trying to find the hole. He's been good at finding them today.
Braden Walsh on to attempt the all-important extra point for the lead. Snaps high, kick is up, and the kick is good. And Landstown will take the lead 28-27 with 6:06 left to play in this one. Not sure how they got that hold down, but great concentration by Braden Walsh to put that one through the uprights. We're going to step aside here with Landstown leading 28-27. You're watching Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
You know, some call pimento cheese the caviar of the South.
So why is it being wasted on chips and celery?
Yeah, it's about time pimento cheese got the respect it deserves.
Yeah.
What better way to enjoy melty, cheddary pimento cheese than on the South's best biscuit? A Bojangles Fresh Buttery Biscuit.
Try Bojangles' new pimento cheese biscuit for just $1.69. We made the perfect biscuit perfecter.
Bojangles. It's bow time, y'all.
How do you know her?
I thought you did.
No.
There you see it on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. Landstown has the lead. Onside kick flying here. And it will take a hard bounce, but the Eagles will recover at the 33-yard line. Looks like that's going to be 22. Brian Cromwell falling on that football. But, Mike, you're at the point now, this tie ball game has been blown wide open. Landstown with the 1-point lead. You've had alternating possessions, but that missed extra point is the difference in this ball game right here.
Yeah, when you tell somebody that a holder may have won this ball game, it's tough. Of course, there's plenty of time left, 6 minutes left to go in this ball game, and 1 point. But a very big point the way these two teams have been playing.
Handoff to J-Ron Smith across the top. You see Landstown clawing at that football. They say they've got the football. You see the official there shaking his head. So they're going to say Smith is down. Yeah, minimal gain, if any, on the play there.
Officials had a different opinion than Parham. Christian thought he had knocked it loose.
Did you see him clawing at that football? You'll see it come out late. But it will be 2nd down and 10 nonetheless with 5:20 left to play in this ball game. Coach Edwards is going to take a timeout. Wise here. Rally the troops up with 5:10 left to play in this one. So 28-27 ball game, Mike. You've got 2 timeouts left. You're at the point now you've been able to run a lot of clock off. You get a long, sustained drive here. You want to put points on the board, but you also don't want to give the football back to Landstown as they've got their offense clicking here late in the ball game.
Well, we've seen that the Franklin County Eagles have not had to throw the ball much because they have been moving it very well on the ground. Smith and Lee together doing a great job with that front line. But I think maybe you might see Gorman break a loose here and see if they can't score one quick. Even though they'd love to run it down, you can't take anything for granted.
Franklin County, though, has stayed in this tight formation for the entirety of the second half, looking to roll off clock. They've had a lot of success. Smith, once again, the workhorse for this Franklin County offense. He's going to work his way across the 35 to the 36. But another thing that we're seeing with this Franklin County offense, Mike, where you were getting those initial blocks 2 and 3 yards down the field, this defensive front for Landstown really making things tough up front.
And it really does open up your defensive backs back there for a long pass if they can break someone out.
So big 3rd down and 7 upcoming here for Franklin County. They will stay in that tight formation. 2 receivers set to the top. Luckett brings his line set. He's going to go to the air. Has blockers up front. Has to fire it all the way across the field. And it will fall incomplete. Intended target on the play, Tyshawn Ziegler. And if you're Franklin County, you got 4:22, 2 timeouts. It looks like they're going to punt this football away to Landstown.
It was a great defensive play by Christian Parham. There you see it hanging up there and getting a lot of air under it, going against the wind. And still almost caught that ball, but Parham just did a good job of pulling it loose.
Haskett back deep inside of his own 35 to return this punt. Luckett, an important one here at his own 20. A little bit of a slow snap getting back to him. He gets off a high wobbling kick. We'll see if it takes a Franklin County bounce. It does. Inside the 30, down to the 27. And that's where Landstown will take over. And they just look to run 4 minutes and 11 seconds off this clock as they have that all-important 28-27 lead.
You're right. They don't have to score, and they know that. They just want to hold on to the ball and run out the clock. If they score in the meantime, so be it. But they're going to try to control that clock from here on out. 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Number 9, Goffigan bringing in the play.
So it'll be a lone receiver set to the near side, lone receiver to the top of the formation, offset I Price. Under center, last man through. That's going to be Winston's going to get the football. Not a lot of running room there as he will get back to the line of scrimmage. And just when you think Landstown has an opportunity to put this game away, Franklin County's defense comes up with one of the bigger stops they've had all night long.
Right. Hunter Kennedy coming up and breaking down and doing a good job of covering his hole and knocking that a dangerous runner down right at the line of scrimmage.
Again, there you see a good shot of our Franklin County cheerleaders out here braving the elements in Virginia Beach. As we said, the winner of this ball game will be going on to the second round of the Region 6A playoffs. And for all intensive purposes, they're going to be taking on the number 1 seed in Oscar Smith as they are all over Western Branch, 56-0. And as we said, Oscar Smith, number 1 team in 6A, possibly the number 1 team in all of Virginia, as they're going to be the team to beat in the state, especially at that 6A level. But this has been definitely, if not the best game in 6A, one of the best playoff games around the state. If you made the trip up from Franklin County, you are getting a wonderful taste of high school football. If you're watching us on your neighborhood network, Cable 12, we appreciate it, and we know that you are getting a great game here as well, as that's going to be Carlton Winston off to the races, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. And just like that, a big opportunity for Landstown is capitalized upon, as that is a 75-yard touchdown run by number 1 Carlton Winston. And this extra point upcoming is an important one, Mike, because it can put Franklin County in a tough position.
Yeah, that play was broken loose in there, but Phillip Ross pulling and doing a great job of opening up a hole for Winston, and he just took it to the house.
So 3:46 left to play in this one. We will line up for the important extra point. Right now it is a 7-point ball game. Coach Edwards getting an explanation there on the sideline. Again, our blind guys have called a great football game. I haven't had to rag on them too much here, Mike. Maybe missing a single play, but we'll wait for the official call here.
Sideline warning, is that what that was? Against Franklin County? Or was it? No, against
yeah, I'm unsure there. He didn't move his arm, so I'm not sure if it's a sideline warning, which would be their second, and be a penalty, or if it was an unsportsmanlike. So we'll wait and see where they assess the penalty. But a big extra point awaiting here to give Landstown the 8-point lead. Snap is good, kick is up, and the kick is good. Landstown now with the 8-point lead, up 35-27, 3:46 left to play in this ball game. We're going to step aside. You're watching Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Look over there, that's what we've been hunting for weeks.
I love it.
Are you pre-approved with a bank?
Absolutely. I watch your show on Cable 12, Tuesdays at 8:30.
Well, let's move in. As time rolls on, perhaps your children are leaving home, resulting in a change in your real estate needs. I'll be happy to help you hunt for something different.
Whenever you're ready. Deep kick here going to be fielded by Cromwell. Looks to come to the near side. He's going to work it across the 30 down to the 31. But also, if you're looking at Landstown here, you always want to put points on the board. But Franklin County not out of this one with 3:40 left to play. You give the Eagles of Franklin County a lot of time. They've got one timeout remaining, and a touchdown and a 2-point conversion can tie this one up. But this Landstown defense, you can see they are fired up and ready to make a play. It's going to come down to a force of wills here on this drive.
That's right, and it actually been that all along tonight. One be down and the other one come back. They've done a great job. Both teams doing never say and die. Well, this Franklin County Eagle team has got one more chance here probably to make it happen.
Franklin County is going to open this offense up. 2 receivers set to the top of the formation. They'll stay out of the eye. Smith, last man through, is going to get the handoff. And he's going to squirt forward across, close to the 35. So good gainer there on first down. Clock continuing to roll inside of 3.5 minutes left to play.
We'll speed up offense here.
They snap the football. They don't get the man off the field. That's going to be a pass downfield at the 44. And not sure how Franklin County doesn't get that call. Young man, 4 yards on the field, does not get off in time. And it will be enough for the first down, wide open on the far side of the field. Garrett Garman with the reception. So Franklin County moving the football. Ball will now be at the 44, 3:10 left to play. Clock will start back up there on the whistle.
It's a good opportunity here with that short pass to Garman to get the defensive backs up close.
So Luckett play action is going to be wrestled from behind, pulls it down, has a receiver, but he's going to have that one picked off on the far side. Emmanuel Eidelberg with the interception. Luckett trying to do a little bit too much on that one. Heartbreaker there for Franklin County.
Yeah, Luckett just jumping out of the frying pan into the fire here. Comes little number 14, that good rush there by McMasters. Luckett gets away from that, opened up with plenty of time here, looks like, but lets this one go for the interception. A lot of hearts sink in the stadium. I can feel it from here.
Yeah, good job there by Eidelberg, just sitting in the soft spot zone there. Not sure if Luckett ever saw him, but it will be first down and 10 here for Landstown, up by 8. It's going to be a handoff across the middle. Nothing doing there. Parker Scott dive bombs in. Will be dropped at the 49. We'll have a timeout on the field, and it will be Franklin County's final timeout. 2:29 left to play in this one. Landstown up 35-27. We're going to step aside one more time. You're watching Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Bojangles Cajun filet biscuit. Could this get any more perfect?
Pimento cheese. Dude, get it with pimento cheese. Trust me.
Perfect just got perfecter. Introducing Bojangles Cajun Filet Biscuit with our new pimento cheese. Melty, cheddary pimento cheese on our Cajun Spice Chicken. It's perfecter. Bojangles.
It's bow time, y'all.
So following that Franklin County timeout, their final of the ball game, 2:29 left to play. Second down and 8. Big carry up the middle, works out of that tackle at the 45, pushes forward. We're going to see where they finally mark this football down. That official coming in from the sideline quickly. And it looks like they're going to mark them short of the first down. So 1 yard, for all intensive purposes, standing between Landstown and a date with number 1 seed Oscar Smith. But Franklin County's defense needing to stand tall here. A tall order ahead of them, down by 8. Price will come under center. We saw him on the quarterback keeper picking up big yardage tonight. Nonetheless, he's going to hand it off, coming across the near side. Cuts back inside across the 35. Drug out of bounds at the 30. That's going to be Elijah Douglas. Picks up the first down, and Franklin County with no timeouts. I would expect to see Landstown go to the victory formation with 1:32 left to play in this ball game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I tell you, this offensive team for Landstown has just really hung in there with Franklin County, and when they were down, they just didn't give up.
So Landstown will come over the football, 1:14 left to play in this one. Price will take the snap and take the knee. They will need 2 more of those as the Landstown sideline comes to life. A great high school football game, a hard-fought victory here for Landstown. And again, they will be awaiting a matchup a week from tonight against the number 1 seed in all the land, the Tigers of Oscar Smith. Inside of 40 seconds now, this will be the final snap of the ball game. And with that one, Landstown will take the victory, 35-27 over Franklin County. The teams will now meet at midfield, exchange pleasantries, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up this ball game. You're watching Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Look over there, that's what we've been hunting for weeks.
I love it.
Are you pre-approved with a bank?
Absolutely. I watch your show on Cable 12, Tuesdays at 8:30.
Well, let's move in. As time rolls on, perhaps your children are leaving home, resulting in a change in your real estate needs. I'll be happy to help you hunt for something different.
There you see it, final score. Franklin County coming up short in this one. Landstown takes the victory 35-27. It was a close ball game throughout. I know you're going to see some young men holding their heads a little bit lower as they make their way across the field here from Franklin County, but a great season for this Eagle squad from Franklin County. They will wrap up 6-5 on the season. Landstown will advance to 8-3, and as we said, they will advance to take on the number 1 seed in all the land in the Oscar Smith Tigers next week. Great ball game here. We knew that it was going to be a fun one. It was a great ball game. Both teams really duking it out here in this one. Franklin County coming up a little bit short here. Their season's going to come to an end, but it sure has been a fun season of Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network.
Absolutely has. These young men have really developed throughout the year, throughout the season, and just kept each game getting a little better and a little better. That defense is just one of the best that I've seen on the field for Franklin County in many years. And they just did not give up tonight, played a really great game, and should be proud of what they've done, and the Franklin County folks should really be proud of them as well.
Absolutely. And, you know, as we get ready to close out this season, the rain's falling. We want to give out a big shout-out to our camera operators, Jamie Singleton and Taylor Chitwood. They've braved the elements all season long. We've had some other fine folks. Roger Woods has stepped in for a couple of games. That we had Zach Swain, a lot of other folks who have helped us out. Steve Oakes down in the truck putting all of this together. We don't have our other guy in the booth here, Derek Woods. He is out in Dallas having a little bit of fun out there.
But he's watching the game.
But he's watching the game, as is a lot of folks here from Franklin County. But what I would like to do here is, as we kind of shut things down, and we see Coach Edwards talking to his Eagle squad, I just want to take a little bit of time. I know we're out in the elements to thank all of these Eagle players and these coaches for all of the hard work that they've put into making this one of the best seasons of Eagle football in a very long time. They put a great product out on the field, just had hard-fought games all season long. We've had some highs of highs. We've had some lows of lows, and I know this one feels like it right now, but it has been a great season of Eagle football. Mike, I thank you for helping me out here in the booth. For all of you at home watching, we appreciate your continued support, not only of Eagle football, but also your neighborhood network, Cable 12. But that is going to wrap up our coverage for 2019's Franklin County Eagle football season. Our final score for the final time this season, Landstown 35, Franklin County 27. And this has been another great season of Eagle football right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.